Hello everyone, Jul here. It really feels like a long time since my last video about roguelike games, and there's no way I will let it slide just like that. Since we are still in the early of 2023, I think this is the good time to start recommending some new and upcoming roguelike games. And don't worry, I will also put some great games that I missed to mention in the last 3 months of 2022. Please note that I don't make this list on my fair date, since most of these games are either still on early access or not even released yet. But before we go into the list, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor. Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a tactical turn-based MMO battle game with a strong emphasis on hero collection. I know, the first thing that comes into your mind is why I should play this game. Well, here's my top 3 reasons why you should play Raid Shadow Legends. The first reason is because it is completely free to play. I mean, let's be honest, everyone loves free stuff, right? The second reason is there are over 650 completely unique champions to collect, which means there's a lot of heroes composition that you can make. And last but not least, Raid Shadow Legends has over 80 million downloads, and the fact that you're not one of them, it just makes me really sad. At the same time, I'm also happy to tell you that there's a new event coming up for new players like you called Champions Elect event. All you have to do is just visit this website, then insert your raid ID and start voting for your favorite champion. You can win awesome in-games and real-life prizes including epic and legendary champions, in-game items and even Amazon gift cards worth up to $1,000. There's also a ton of cool events in this month like the 4th anniversary Titan event, various Valentine's Day activities, and here's a little surprise for you. Did you know that Pro MMA megastar Ronda Rousey has her very own champion in this game? You can get her by simply playing Raid Shadow Legends on 7 days before February 20th and boom! It's that easy! So what are you waiting for? You can click my link in the description below or scan my QR code here on the screen and you will get unique bonuses worth $35. We are talking a free epic champion Jothan, 100k silver, 50 gems and 2 epic skill tomes. All this treasure will be waiting for you in your inbox. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Soulstone Survivors is a new horde survival game in which players can choose from 14 different characters. The game features up to 5 different maps and players must fend off wave after wave of mobs and special bosses. The gameplay is similar to the roguelite hit Vampire Survivors, where players control a character's movement to navigate through monsters while the character automatically uses skills to attack nearby enemies. The main differences from Vampire Survivors is this game includes a 3-dimensional graphics, an instant dash button, and the ability to change the character's facing to cast abilities in a different direction. Against the Storm is a dark fantasy city building and villager management game set in a unique rainpunk world. The main goal of the game is to create and repair a major metropolis known as a smoldering city. This is where the roguelite elements come into play, as each town established is the equivalent of a run in a typical roguelite game. Once a town is successfully established, it becomes a permanent feature on the globe map and can continue to trade with other towns and help sustain the other towns and the smoldering city. Ship of Fools is a cooperative roguelite action game that puts the player in control of a ship sailing into a mysterious storm. The player, along with a friend, must battle sea monsters and gigantic bosses to save the world, while also upgrading abilities, swapping weapons, and possibly singing songs. The game features hand-drawn graphics with a dark tone and a charming art style, and a fitting soundtrack that creates a sense of urgency and tension. Spellbook Demonslayers offers a fun, fast-paced, and challenging experience that is sure to keep players entertained for hours. Its great replay value combined with its nostalgic aesthetic and engaging gameplay mechanics make it a great addition to any roguelike or bullet hell fans collection. The game's randomly generated levels and procedurally generated enemies keep the gameplay fresh and challenging, and the permadeath mechanic adds an extra layer of tension. Neon Ronin offers a unique and immersive experience with its combination of tactical turn-based combat and roguelite elements. The game's cyberpunk setting and neon-clad characters add to the aesthetic appeal, while the customizable party and upgrade options provide players with a sense of control and strategy building. The ever-changing maps and enemies keep the gameplay fresh, making each run unique and challenging. Perseus Titan Slayer is an action-packed roguelike adventure game inspired by Greek mythology. Players take on the role of the demigod Perseus as he battles his way through the underworld of Tartarus to stop Hades from conquering Olympus. The game features fast-paced hack-and-slash combat, allowing players to wield a variety of weapons such as sword, dagger, bow, or katana, and customize their character builds. The game also includes branching choices and opportunities. With each run, players can experiment with different strategies and builds, making each playthrough fresh and exciting. Windrunners is an upcoming game that combines elements of anime, retro style, and roguelike gameplay. The game is set in a future galaxy ruled by a powerful force called the Realm, who uses fear and military might to oppress the inhabitants. The game is highly skill-based, and players can level up and acquire new weapons as they progress. The visuals are detailed, and there is a decent amount of variety in the areas that players will fly over. Wheelless is a must-play for fans of cyberpunk and roguelike games. The game immerses you in a thrilling cyberspace world where you control different agents and carry out assassination plans using a variety of weapons and skills. The level of customization available in this game is impressive, with players able to develop their characters with unique skills and talents to suit their playstyle. The game also features a wide range of weapons, including swords, spears, gauntlets, and advanced technology, making each mission feel unique and entertaining. Stand Alone is a beautifully designed and challenging game that offers a unique blend of 2D action platforming and roguelike gameplay. The skill combat system adds depth to the combat, allowing players to experiment with different combinations and strategies. The randomized elements of the game, including the creatures and their stories, add to the replayability and keep players engaged. The game's art style is also on point, with a unique blend of 2D graphics and a retro style.
Does not die.
Ravenbound is a promising roguelite game that combines the challenge of a roguelite with the choices of an open-world game. The game features fast-paced hack-and-slash combat where players can hone their skills through multiple runs. The game also offers a unique deck building feature where players can find cards that grant everything from better armor to new playable classes and relics that enhance their characters. Wizards with a Gun is basically Don't Starve Together but with guns. The game's focus on experimentation and customization, from spell combinations to crafting weapons and customizing your wizard wardrobe, adds a level of depth to the gameplay. The tower building aspect also adds an extra layer of creativity and strategy to the game. And do you know what makes it even better? The game has a co-op features that allows you to play with up to 4 other players online.
Certain weapons.
Endless Dungeon is a fantastic addition to the Endless universe. The game tasks players with protecting a crystal from hordes of enemies while navigating a mysterious multi-level dungeon. The twin-stick shooter gameplay and the roguelite progression system makes it a whole new experience in the Endless series. For a franchise that was well known for their specialty at strategy games, I would say this roguelite hybrid will definitely make the series more exciting in the future.
Together again.
For the King 2 is an impressive sequel to one of the best turn-based roguelike tabletop RPG. The game offers a unique blend of strategy, RPG mechanics, and roguelike aspects. The game's randomly generated world, hex-based maps, and intense grid-based combat provide players with an endless adventure. For the King 2 features a lot of new biomes to explore, improved graphics, and better original soundtrack that will take players deeper into the game's atmosphere than ever before. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a promising successor to the original game. It is still on early access, so of course there is still some issues that need to be addressed, like the balancing or the fairness design of each run, but the game's overall design, to me, it feels pretty solid. The switch to 3D graphics adds depth to the game's gritty and atmospheric style, while the content's campaign and shifted focus on character relationships makes for an even more intense experience. If not for some design issues on the gameplay mechanics, I think the game has a pretty good chance of beating the first game experience. I hope they will fix it soon enough, especially since the official release date is getting closer.
Now go.
As a fan of Supergiant games and the original Hades, I am excited to dive into the early access of Hades 2. The game builds upon the beloved elements of the first game, offering an action-packed and endlessly replayable experience set in the underworld of Greek mythology. The gameplay appears to be similar to the first game, with a focus on clearing rooms, choosing between special traits from different gods, and using special attacks. The game will also include new locations, challenges, upgrade system, and surprises as you delve into the ever-changing underworld.
Vengeance for your family awaits you.
Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other new and upcoming roguelike games that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best new and upcoming roguelike games that probably deserve a spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!